Welcome to Just the News. Please subscribe, like, share, and comment. Major changes to the Affordable Care Act. The nation's biggest ever climate bill. The largest tax hike on corporations in decades. And dozens of lesser-known provisions that will affect millions of Americans. If enacted, the legislation released Wednesday night in a surprise agreement between Senator Joe Manchin III, Democrat West Virginia, and Senate Majority Leader Charles E. Schumer, D.N.Y., would represent one of the most consequential pieces of economic policy in recent U.S. history, though still far smaller. Here is what's in the Inflation Reduction Act Spending and Tax Breaks Savings and Revenue Source, Committee for a Responsible Federal Budget. Adrian Blanco/The Washington Post. Here is what's in the Inflation Reduction Act Spending and Tax Breaks Energy and Climate $385 billion Healthcare $100 billion Clean Manufacturing. With the planet rapidly warming, Schumer and Manchin say the bill would reduce carbon emissions by roughly 40% by 2030. Close to President Biden's goal of cutting U.S. emissions by at least 50 to 52% below 2005 levels by 2030. Manchin also emphasized that it would spur American energy independence more broadly, including by encouraging natural gas, as the war in Ukraine has exposed domestic reliance on petrostates' fossil fuel production. The bill uses two main levers: major new incentives for private industry to produce far more renewable energy, and other incentives for households to transform their energy use and consumption. Democrats say this second set of incentives will also offer immediate consumer relief for the higher energy prices that have bedeviled the Biden administration. The agreement would also raise roughly $470 billion through new tax provisions, the budget group estimates, the biggest of which will fall on the country's large corporations. After years of rising concern about widening wealth inequality, Democrats failed in their efforts to repeal Republicans' 2017 tax law. The new bill leaves intact most of the corporate and individual income tax cuts President Donald Trump signed into law, largely because Senator Kyrsten Sinema, Democrat Arizona, had insisted on leaving them untouched. But it would still raise taxes significantly, and it would give the badly underfunded Internal Revenue Service its biggest budget increase in its history. This would certainly be the biggest corporate tax increase in decades, said Steve Voff, a tax expert at Institute on Taxation and Economic Policy, a left-leaning think tank. We've had decades of tax policy benefiting the rich, but this is really the first attempt to raise revenue in a progressive way that would begin to combat wealth and income inequality. On health care, Democrats campaigned in 2020 on major changes, and this deal fulfills two major pledges, allowing it falls short on plugging one of the biggest gaps of the Affordable Care Act and other key items long sought by the party's more liberal members. Still, it amounts to the biggest changes to the health system in roughly a decade. This is the best development on health care for the American people in years, Sarah Leonardo, a spokeswoman for Families USA, a liberal consumer health lobby, said in a statement. It's crucial we get this deal locked down and passed as soon as possible. Once this bill is law, we will keep fighting to ensure the millions of Americans in the Medicaid coverage gap get the care they need to live their healthiest lives. The bill leaves out many key policy ambitions of Democrats, excluding, for instance, plans for new child care, housing, elder care and. But after months of gridlock and false starts, Democrats hope this agreement will finally become law. Meanwhile, Republicans have started warning that the measure will hurt the U.S. economy with higher taxes as fears of a recession are growing. Thanks for watching Just the News. Please subscribe, like, share, and comment.